us too, we apply this stuff to ourselves every day, and we're not perfect, but we strive.
I want to say that to the folks that are listening too. Rudy is the epitome of that. At 30 years old, I mean, this dude he just has such a fire for life.
All right, so in this video, I'm going to talk to you guys about how I did about $2.5 million of revenue in about 4 years of my business. This is with starting up by myself, $15,000 in debt, and about $500 budget to spend. That's all I had. I took it and flipped it into $2.5 million. Now I own my own home, multiple cars, multiple toys. I have a wife, fine jewelry that I wear all the time. I get to do whatever I want, whenever I want. I golf whenever I'm invited. My company runs itself. I actually have multiple companies now. But I want to talk to you guys about how I went about getting to this point, because believe me when I say, no matter what situation you're in, it does not matter. You can get yourself out of it and to a point to where you can be at least where I'm at, if not better. There's people that are far more ahead than I am, but I think fundamentally, I'm going to explain to you guys how the process works. Not just fundamentally, but the actual mathematics that are involved. And so first and foremost, if you guys are listening to anybody and they're not focusing on the importance of getting yourself mentally right, because in order to become the version that you want to become, you have to become that person. You have to become that version of yourself. So let's say you're a millionaire. That millionaire version of yourself, are you a person who has integrity, who does a lot of good deeds for other people, you help a lot? Or are you a person who's money hungry, you'll do whatever for money, you throw people under the bus for money, you're rude and power hungry? It's like, understand who's coaching you first and foremost. And if they're not teaching you guys mindset stuff on how to become better, then stay away from them. It doesn't matter. Money cannot buy you happiness. It can buy you opportunities to become happy, but it's up to you to become that person who becomes who you want to be and that's fulfilled. But anyways, let me break it down. So mindset, we'll talk about in other videos. Subscribe, like my channel. I'm gonna put out a bunch of free game. Everything that I learned throughout my journey, I'm putting here for you guys. So just pay attention. This is my way of giving back. So once you get the mindset stuff down and understand that risks are gonna be there no matter what, you can't avoid them. But you have faith that you'll figure out a way, especially if you have a coach like myself, someone that's gonna be guiding you. You can ask questions to whenever you have a question, people who have walked the trenches just like you're gonna do. But first one thing I wanna talk about is, if you already have a business, is understanding how much revenue you're making. So that's about how much you're doing in business per month. So I'm gonna use basic numbers on some of the examples here, but just call it about 50,000 a month of business, which I passed that a while back. It was a big turning point in my life. 50,000 in a month was amazing for me. And then the cash flow, it's kind of the same thing. Revenue, cash flow, how much we have coming in. We want to pay attention to all the expenses. So understanding how your money's operating, down to the dollar, down to the penny, where everything's going, then you can start understanding how it's moving. So now you can understand next moves that you're going to make, because everything is calculated. So once we understand the main numbers, the basics, now understanding the first, it's called CAC, it's customer acquisition cost. So this is basically how much does it take you to acquire a customer. This could be, let's say I'm going to use just examples in the commercial world just because that's where I come from. So if I'm looking for a new customer, how do I know how much it costs? Well, if I'm paying a cold caller X amount a month and they bring me 2 accounts a month, then I know if I did $5,000 that month off of their work, and that's $2,500 per account, essentially. That's just basic numbers. But when you know how much it costs for you to get a customer, now you know how much you can spend and you're gonna get back. So if I say, it cost me $1,000 to acquire a customer that pays me $5,000 a month, and that's just up front, plus the additional $5,000 every other month. Maybe you're not going to be profitable in that first month, but we're playing for the back end. A lot of people go wrong because they're so greedy that they try to get all the money up front and they're not playing the strategic game. Like these brands that are very popular, Nike, Adidas, just think of any brand that you build trust with all of their customers, and they go above and beyond to make sure that they're solving a problem for their clients. The problem of procrastination. Just do it. It's their slogan. Burger King, have it your way. The problem of feeling like, I'm going to these restaurants and I just can't find anything that I want. Well, Burger King says we're going to do it your way. So customer acquisition costs. Once you understand that, the next thing is going to be how much does that person spend with you per year? So whether you have a business where you're just a one-off type of person and that's it, you got to think of clever ways and innovative ways to sell them. Upsells or downsells, whether they're bigger ticket items, smaller ticket items, you want to come up with ways how you can package whatever service you have going on. In the cleaning world, I can say, hey, since you're already doing business with me for janitorial work, how about I throw in a 50% off service if you get your floors stripped and waxed, or if we do the outside windows. or if we go and blow out your HVAC system. There's just a bunch of things that you can add on. So that's going to make the lifetime value of that customer, or at least through the year, that much more, because we can increase these numbers incrementally, little by little. We're going to be able to do a lot more business, because it just makes sense. If you're putting out $5 and you're getting 15 back, why would you not just continue to keep doing that? I mean, it's a proven system and profits. If you're spending 5, but you're profiting 10 off of it, I mean, that's amazing numbers. You just do that on repeat. We also want to make sure, like, whatever marketing strategy or whatever we're doing to pull in customers, we are paying attention to the conversion rate. That means let's just say per 100 customers that our marketing or everything comes through, how much of them are converting over to us as far as giving us any type of information that we can collect. Name, email address, phone number, doesn't matter. This is stuff we want, because now it's free retargeting for these people. We just put it into our systems, just go through our list of handwritten contact information, reach out in the future. It's not really hard. It's just, when it comes to business, it's just about being repetitive. The thing that really took me from being an average cleaner to just kind of skyrocketing and changing my entire life is I just had a plan of output. So once you get evolved and you understand money and the relationship that you have with money, you'll understand that all this stuff is just a proven system. There's numbers that just add up. So essentially, you're pretty much guaranteed to close 2% of all the sales calls, whatever kind of output you do. I mean, it's almost a given. So that means I understood that. That means if I called 100 people, that means I'm going to be closing 2 clients. Then I'm going to be calling 100 people a day. And I did that. It's just, once you get so many numbers, it's just a matter of time before us on the back end get to profit from it. So yeah, just having a schedule. So I did 100 calls, or let's say 50 calls a day. I did 50 emails a day. I walked and shook 10 people's hands a day. It's just, there's certain things that I had to schedule. I had goals. Trying to sit here and say, oh, well, maybe I'll just mail out some flyers. Well, you're not able to track and measure those so much. Yeah, it's like, yeah, you pay for them, you send them out, but do you know who's actually even getting them and receiving them? Who's coming back and calling you from those flyers? It's like, you're spending money on those kind of things, which they may work, but you cannot calculate them. And so if you want to be efficient and effective, you have to have systems that you can implement, and business is all about that. So if you're at a point in your life where you're stuck, you need help, you don't know the direction to go, like I've been there fast. And all of this stuff I can tell you, it's like, yes, I went to school, studied business, far out from that, but like I said, back to the beginning of the video, the mindset stuff comes first, I promise you. But if you're interested in learning what we could do together, schedule a free 60-minute call with me down in the link below. Whether you decide to work with me at the end or not, you will be leaving with a plan, a very strategic plan that you could take and implement into your life, and hopefully change your life with it. So I look forward to talking to you guys. Please like, share, subscribe, do whatever to help me grow this channel, because I have so much value I want to give out to you guys. Peace. See you guys in the next video. Us too, we apply this stuff to ourselves every day, and we're not perfect, but we strive.
I want to say that to the folks that are listening too. Rudy is the epitome of that. At 30 years old, I mean, this dude he just has such a fire for life, a passion, and you're not one of those ones that sit on the sidelines.